folks that are having to be here in the theater about that event that's going on this evening down at the Eldora Ruetan Club, and that's a gospel guns and guitar show. Where they'll have their special guests, Nick and Jess King, doing bluegrass gospel, and they do have giveaways. They've got Bible giveaways, also a .22 rifle giveaway, as well as Yamaha guitars. So make plans to attend down at the lovely Eldora Ruetan Club, the old schoolhouse down there. That's tonight, April the 15th in Eldora, North Carolina. And right now, we'll go back to our special guests here on the merry-go-round, the Jackson Memorial Trio. And I know they've got their grandson, for you folks that are listening on the radio, playing, y'all call it the beatbox or the cajon. He's doing such a good job, and he's got the most cutest haircut. He'll probably say he never wants to come on now, and I'm embarrassed.
He's proud of that haircut.
Oh, I think the haircut is so cute. So you folks listening in, you're not getting to see this nice young man here. But Stafford, what have you got picked out for us next?
I think we're going to do one that says, I've had a birth I can't remember and one I can't forget. When I came into this old world, I just can't recall. I don't remember anything about my birth at all. But one night down on my knees in prayer, oh, I never will regret. I've had a birth I can't remember and one I can't forget. The world made no difference, some even frown, but the angels rejoiced when my name was written down. Unworthy of His mercy, still He paid my debt. I've had a birth I can't remember and one I can't forget. It never made the morning paper, it never made the evening news. When I took off the old coat and I put on the new, my sins were cast into forgetfulness as far as east is from the west. I've had a birth I can't remember and one I can't forget. The world made no difference, some even frown, but the angels rejoiced when my name was written down. Unworthy of His mercy, still He paid my debt. I've had a birth I can't remember and one I can't forget. Birth I can't remember and one I can't forget. All right, I appreciate you so much today. Like I said, it's just an honor for us to be on WPAQ. We appreciate all they do for this area, for the whole region, with gospel music, bluegrass music, and the old time stuff. That's what I grew up on, so it's what I like. You'll have to excuse me for my voice today. I'm having some voice problems, but Lord will help us. We'll get through it. Here's one that simply says, I am redeemed. I am redeemed, bought with a price. Jesus has changed my whole life. If anybody asks you just who I am, just tell them that I am redeemed. Where there was confusion,
so much, our special guest, the Jackson Memorial Trio. And I'll have to change it to, let's see, it wouldn't be a quartet, it would be a quintet, I guess, with the addition of your grandson. And right now, we do need to hear a word from our sponsor of this portion of today's program. I believe that's the Denton Farm Park. And we'll be back with more music coming up here on the merry-go-round right after this. Gavin was so nice to go get more water. Do we need more water?
No, we're good. Sure. I'm good. Thank you.
It's, you know, I used to sing all the time and I talk all the time. But if I'm not in practice, I've got out of the habit. So when I try to sing, I think, gosh, I thought I used to sing better than this. But it might have been in my mind.
Well, I can't get any high notes right now. I fell last Saturday off the ladder, hitting my back, head, and neck, and it's. That's the only thing I can create to. It's done something to my voice.
Oh my, well, I think you sound great, but I know you know your own self better than me.
Yeah, well, I just can't get the. Not about everything out of it.
Oh, I'm glad that you
Yeah, in breaking things, bruised up a lot, but.
can happen so quick.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much, Bob, and appreciate you this Saturday morning as well. If you're in and around downtown, we do have a live audience here in the theater. You're welcome to join us. And also be sure to stay tuned after the 12 o'clock news. We're going to have another great group. The Almost Irish Band will be with us for that, for the second portion of the program. Right now, back to our special guest for part one of today's show. That's the Jackson Memorial Trio.
Thank you. There's glory for me. Thank you so much. We'll do a song now. Lots of people think about leaving here, I guess, and when we leave this world, we die. But the grave, they talk about it being so final. But folks, that's not our final home. Our final home is heaven once that's over. But this writer said the grave was just a place to spend the night. So.
Death is a dread for everyone, but it's surely going to come unless our Lord lets His return before you die. But I'm not afraid to face the grave. Very soon it will be day, and I know I'll just have to stay there.
back with more music from our special guests, the Jackson Memorial Trio. I'll get it out here in a minute. And we'll be back right after this.
Each weekend, Pastor Bernie Timmerman of Zion Chapel in Holland, Michigan, brings you the Call to Worship
How old are you? I
broadcast.
feel like you're the same age as my younger son.
Shares the word of God.
11?
Just turned 11.
Well, I have an 11-year-old too.
Sure, and touch your heart with time
Just turned
of the
11.
gospel.
Do you
The
like
Call to
school?
Worship broadcast each weekend.
Oh, well, I homeschool my children, all but one. We have a kindergartner too, if he goes.
Every Sunday afternoon.
It's his first year of homeschooling though. They went to a Christian school for a few years, but they homeschooling this year, so it went real well.
Merry-go-round brought to you by Twice Power Equipment.
I've enjoyed doing it.
They might have more music on the merry-go-round.
I'm still trying to get used to my new podium, and I have everything in a different place than I had it before, so that's why I'm taking so long, Bob. I am listening, I promise. If you're just tuning in or just joining us, you're listening to the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round. It's broadcast live each and every Saturday from the Earl Theater, home of the Old Time Music Heritage Hall. If you haven't had a chance to come down to the Earl, the Super Mario Brothers movie is the Earl feature this weekend. So my son said it was pretty good. He came and watched it when it was on earlier this week, so you can check that out. You can always find out more about what's going on at the Earl by visiting the Arts Council's website at surreyarts.org. Right now, back to our special guest for this first portion of the merry-go-round. That's the Jackson Memorial Trio.
Thank you, Jeannie. Let me quickly tell you that we're from Abingdon, Virginia. That's a little piece away, not that far, just across the mountain. But it's an honor for us to be here. Let me quickly tell you who everybody is. I know you can't see us out there, but we'll at least tell you. My grandson, Bryson Reed, is 11 years old, playing the kahuna drum. We appreciate him so much. My brother-in-law, Clyde Keith, playing the upright bass. Appreciate Clyde. Janet Hicks singing the alto part and some lead parts. I appreciate her. And then my wife singing the lead parts, and she also plays guitar when I can get her to. She's kind of slacked up a little bit, but I appreciate her. Linda Statzer. Thank you. And my name is Stafford Statzer, so we're, it's hard to say, but I've learned to over the years. Here's an old song that says, "My hope is in the blood."
Every
Hope that I have here in this so sinful world
is
anchored in the blood of the Lamb.
of the
Billows are raging and we're tossed to and fro.
There is
Peace beneath in the blood of the precious Lamb of God.
there is
No other fountain,
so
no
sweet.
fount so sweet.
It is
Washed away my sin, gave me peace and joy within.
my
Hope is anchored in His blood, His precious blood.
only
One thing will matter when the time shall come to die.
the
Treasures of this world won't mean a thing.
but the
Joy of knowing Jesus will vanish all my fear.
for it
Took away death's sting.
my hope
Is in the blood of the precious Lamb of God.
there is
No other fountain,
so
no
sweet.
fount so sweet.
It is
Washed away my sin, gave me peace and joy within.
my
Hope is anchored in His blood, His I'm glad that I have hope in his blood. That's the only blood that we have hope in it, in Jesus Christ. Far better place to spend the night.
Times I am bound down with heartaches and trouble. My steps have gone forward each day. But when I think of what's waiting, just on the horizon, in blessed assurance I say.
Far better place at the end of the journey. Heartaches are burdens to bear. Oh, weary pilgrim, far better place over there, over there.
This little body I play, I leave here behind me. It will never again fill with pain. When I stand in the presence of Jesus, my Savior, I glory for what I will gain. It's a
Far better place at the end of the journey. Heartaches are burdens to bear. Oh, weary pilgrim, far better place over there, over there. Oh, weary pilgrim, far better place over there, over there.
Really enjoying the great gospel music here on this Saturday morning merry-go-round this Saturday. We're going to take a quick break here at the bottom of the hour for the updated forecast and also to hear a word from our sponsor of this program. This portion is brought to you by Price Power Equipment over in Elkin, North Carolina. And they've got a big spring sale going on right now, so let's listen in for that. And we'll be back with more music coming up here on the merry-go-round right after this. I might get this figured out. Hey, good to see you. How are you? Stand up the whole time, it'll be all right. I'll be tired of standing up. I'm not sure. Somebody took the paper labels gone. And it's up there in a case if you want to look at it. I didn't put it out because I was trying to figure out what to sell it for. You know, they made so many cars that like the numbers mean nothing. You know, you could go by the label and you could say, oh, this is from the 80s or this is from the 90s, but the label is gone where somebody repaired it and they think they repaired it. I mean, I'm for sure it's what it is, it's just I'm not really sure how old it is, so. It's got a, instead of being what I would say the normal D35, the back, the center piece is ebony.
Oh, really?
It's flat. So that's another reason, I was thinking about asking about 600 for it, but I've gotta get a little bit more research done, but it's up there, if you was to walk up there. It's in a tweed case, and you can see it when you walk in the doors. I was waiting for another gentleman to come by and look at it to see about. Where it went.
I lived it.
Thank you so much, Bob Key. And if you're just tuning in or just joining us, you are listening to the Saturday morning merry-go-round. This portion of today's program is brought to you by Price Power Equipment over in Elkin, North Carolina. And right now, we'll send things back to the stage to Earl for more great gospel music from our special guest, the Jackson Memorial Trio.
All right, thank you, Jeannie. Here's a song that says, "Tell me the story again." It's talking about tell me the story of Jesus. So.
If I've heard it once,
I've heard 1,000 times,
but still
sweeter every day the story grows,
and each
day is told again how to wash away my sin. Come and stand beneath that blessed crystal flow. Tell me again, I'm never done of hearing how His precious blood fell just for me. Was that all good until you told me how we could one drop wash away my sin and set me free?
in this
Day we live, the world don't want to hear.
when they
Turn out the most important thing. Take away the cross, for without the blood we're lost. It's our hope, our sweet heaven's some sweet day. Tell me again, I'm never tired of hearing how His precious blood fell just for me. Lost and awkward until you told me how we could one drop to wash away my sin and set me free. Tell me again, I'm never tired of hearing how His precious blood fell just for me. Was that all good until you told me how we could one drop to wash away my sin and set me free? Was that all good until you told me how we could one drop to wash away my sin and set me free? Thank you, man. All right. Our voice is just about gone, but we're going to make it through one way or the other. We have to top them off. Okay. All right. Here's an old song that says, "Just keep on keeping on," talking about how times get tough sometimes, but God's always with us. Sometimes we sit down discouraged. What's the use to try, we say? In a still voice seems to whisper, "I'll go with you all the way." There's a way to end your trouble. Just go and tell them to the Lord. Go and tell them to the Lord. Go and tell them to the Lord. Just keep on keeping on. Keep on praying on. You're sure to win the victory if you keep on keeping on. Just keep on keeping on. Keep on praying on. You're sure to win the victory if you keep on keeping on. When the flower bends in the pit and the rain is coming in, you're sick and so, but your body, God has not forsaken you. Jesus always fights and goes, and His word is very clear. If you want to share His glory, you must suffer with Him here.
great job of our special guest, the Jackson Memorial Trio today here on the Saturday morning merry-go-round. And right now we'll send things back to you, Bob King, for another Work Mayor sponsor. Big doings going on over at the Yadkin Fiddlers Convention. That's coming up, I believe, next weekend, so we'll hear a little bit more about that. We'll be back with our special guest for this first portion of the broadcast, the Jackson Memorial Trio, right after this.
And make your plans now to attend Yadkin Bluegrass and Old Time Fiddlers Convention presented by the Yadkin Arts Council. Doors open at the Yadkinville Elementary School at 11:30 a.m. Category prizes are for top 3 bluegrass and old time bands, top 3 youth bands, and top 3 individual youth and senior performers. Then at 6:30, bands, competitions, and jammers are welcome. You'll be treated to a special performance by Coyote Ugly Bluegrass Band as well. Concessions are available from Dudley's Dugout and Mr. People Beaver. That's Saturday, April.
Neither one of my children do. Both of them played in the band in school. One of them played a trumpet, one of them flute. Both of them marched in the band, but neither one of them took any staff with it. I've got two granddaughters, one granddaughter, 17, that plays piano, and the other granddaughter, 13, that, just turned 13, plays guitar. So,
Is that your sister?
yeah, they're sisters, yeah.
Thank you so much, Bob King, and don't forget that Fiddlers Convention is coming up. I believe it's April the 22nd, that's a week from today, over in Yadkinville at the old schoolhouse there. And I've been to that before. They have a great Fiddlers Convention there. It's inside, and I think they've changed things up a little bit this year, and they've added old-time music. So check that out online on Facebook. I believe we have a link to it on our Facebook page in the events section. So if you're into that sort of thing, that's one of the first local Fiddlers Conventions I'd like to see y'all over there. Right now, back to our special guests here for part 1 of today's merry-go-round. That's the Jackson Memorial Trio. What you got picked out for us next?
Here's one said, Mercy walked in. I stood in the courtroom. The judge turned my way. It looks like you're guilty. So what do you say? I spoke up, Your Honor. I have no defense, but that's when mercy walked in. Mercy walked in and pleaded my case. All to the stand was God's saving grace. The blood was presented that covered my sin. Forgiven when mercy walked in. I stood there and I wondered, oh, just how could it be that someone so guilty, I had just been set free. My chains, they were broken. I felt born again the moment that mercy walked in. Mercy walked in and pleaded my case. All to the stand was God's saving grace. The blood was presented that covered my sin. Forgiven when mercy walked in. The blood was presented that covered my sin. Forgiven when mercy walked here's one says, my home is just around the bend. And if you're from Southwest Virginia, you'd know why this writer wrote about that, because our roads are very crooked. Y'all heard tell of the crooked road, haven't you? So that's where it's at, most of it, so. But I like what this writer says. It says, my home is just around the bend.
It's a long and dusty road that these old dark feet are traveling on. Traveling north, and that's a place I long to be. That's my
Let's see, we do need to hear a word, Bob, if I'm not mistaken, from our friends over at Bledsoe and Associates. They're bringing you this upcoming portion of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round. Bledsoe and Associates Insurance, offering the best deals in life, health, and Medicare plans. They're ready to help you figure it all out. Tim Bledsoe and Associates, specializing in helping you understand your Medicare needs and plan options. They also offer free consultations. Call 336-719-2228. We'll be back right after this word from Bledsoe and Associates.
Insurance, offering life and individual health insurance, annuities, as well as Medicare Advantage and
So do you do any of your work on the
We'll make sure
computer?
you understand all your options.
You do some of your work on the
100%
computer?
confident in your coverage decisions. Call 336-719.
That's what mine is, except for math. When I come to like that.
They explain insurance in a way that I can understand.
There you have it. True testimony from one of thousands
And
of
last
satisfied
year, their
customers.
math, we
Come
started
see
doing
why.
their math
Visit
online.
Bledsoe Associates at 2.
Ask the temporary and the classics. Join me for knee deep in bluegrass right here. This is Cindy Monica. Monday nights, 9 to 11, it's knee deep in bluegrass. WPAQ, 740
You sound like my children.
106.7.
But we kinda got to that point with algebra where they kinda had to see how to do it, cause I don't know. Thank you so much. We appreciate Bledsoe and Associates as well. And once again, be sure and call them for a free consultation. That's Bledsoe and Associates, offering the best deals in life insurance, health insurance, as well as Medicare plans. You can call them for a free consultation at 336-719-2228. We have got time to probably do at least 3 songs, I'm gonna say. So Stafford, let's do 2 and then we'll.
All right, here's a song that says, it could happen in a moment.
It could happen in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye. It could happen in a moment, in the city's the sky. The heart that was working, yeah, I'm happy with me. When the Savior comes from heaven, when it's face to face to see.
other song simply says, "I can make it." We have a lot of songs that talk about making it, so we'll one of these days we'll make it, won't we?
Yes.
I didn't take good instructions. She told me one chord and I was about to play in another one, so I guess I'll learn to listen from now on. All right.
The road I am traveling so often was still overshadowed by clouds in the sky. But I'm looking up to Jesus, bringing closer to Him, and He keeps me with His much more.
I can make it through the valley, on the mountain, through the storm. Jesus keeps me so completely. Oh, I can make it all the way home.
The Lord I was carried, someday I'll lay it down, and I'll never have burdens for Him. Oh, this whole throne will be lifted, that man without sin. Oh, I can make it.
I can make it through the valley, on the mountain, through the storm. Jesus keeps me so completely. Oh, I can make it all the way home. I can make it through the valley, on the mountain, through the storm. Jesus keeps me so completely. Oh, I can make it all the way home. Yes, I can make it all the way home.
Great job, our special guest at Jackson Memorial Trio. Let's hear a word about our friends over at Wilkes Community College. Merle Fest is coming up at the end of the month, and then we'll be back with the conclusion of this first portion of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round. Yeah, we'll come back with time for one. You know, my kids will have like, may just be 25 questions on one page, and I just make them do like a few. If I can show, they can show me, they can do it. You know, ain't that crazy? Well, they must think we need a lot of practice. I have no idea, because I thought, how in the world could anybody do that? Yeah, they kind of changed like Yeah, don't tell that. Remember, that's now on the World Wide Web. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. I think we're all probably in the same boat.
And now back to the first part of today's merry-go-round.
Thank you so much, Bob King. It's been a pleasure to have the Jackson Memorial Trio with us with their great gospel music. Safe travels back to Abington, and we look forward to having y'all again. So we've got time for one more before we break away for the news and then welcome our second group, the Almost Irish Band. What you got picked out for us to finish things up, Stan?
Here's a song I guess we've done just about every time we've ever played anywhere, church or where it may be. But I've got so much to.
When
I look around to see the good things He does for me.
square foot facility in Chesterfield County. The groundbreaking comes almost a year after announcing the company that plans to invest
I'm doing great. How about you? You want to stand up or you want to get out chairs?
Stand up.
Okay.
located in Meadowville, Texas.
What about Roger? I don't know if he knows how to play standing up. I'm just joking. Obviously he does.
Space to build a solar park big enough to power itself. The facility is expected to bring more than 70.
It's just the three of y'all today, right? Okay. So we won't need 9, Patrick.
18-year-old who died
You
of
want this water?
self-inflicted gunshot wound
I got some sweet
Hey, Roger, Sam, good to see you.
has dropped his lawsuit against the Durham County Sheriff's Office. According to reports, Jamari Bumpus' family dismissed the suit with prejudice on April 4th. The family had alleged that members of the office at the time had killed Bumpus and that Sheriff Clarence Burkhead and others took part in the conspiracy to cover it up. As part of the lawsuit, the main parties participated in
Is one standing up?
According to
Yeah,
the sheriff's
absolutely.
office, the evidence revealed a discovery showing first, Bumpus died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the right side of the head. 2, he was for his own possessed by Bumpus. And 3, Bumpus was alone in the car when the gun was fired. In addition, the family retracted the allegations made against the sheriff's office. The Environmental Protection Agency reports that a triangle-based organization has been
Let's see, we start with Roger's yodeling today, right?
millions in funding.
That ought to work. No use to change anything. That's right.
Is an independent nonprofit institute that provides research, development, and technical services to government and commercial clients worldwide. The EPA's announcement also designated RPI International as one of 14 environmental justice thriving communities technical assistance centers in the country. Each of these centers, the EPA said, will receive at least $10 million to remove barriers and improve accessibility for communities with environmental justice concerns. And the historic Hatteras Bureau Weather Station commemorated a big historical event on Friday. At 1 p.m. the station marked the
He's in with it, isn't he?
1912 with the Hatteras
Have you got everything you need here?
only wireless
Good. You
station
doing a good
in the United
today?
States to receive a
Are you doing good
distress call
today?
from Montana. According to Cape Hatteras
I'm doing good. Now,
National
what,
Station,
okay.
the North
What do you
Carolina
think about
station
this?
got the following
Do we
message.
need to point this down?
5 p.m. after
This is
the
loud.
struck an iceberg. The signal
Well, he can cut it down.
I just said cut it down or
We
point
can
it.
cut it down.
Oh, I don't know.
I was gonna point it more towards you.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
44 minutes
Because
north,
the adults
50
is
degrees
pretty loud. It'll wake up easy, I'm sure.
According to a Facebook post, record of this transmission.
My husband will call me and say, "You didn't do that."
You will, won't it?
Yeah, probably. What do you think, Tim? You all right with that? I can't believe I didn't see you for 5 years and now I didn't see you twice in a month.
The more the merrier.
Are you doing good?
I'm doing well. I hope you are.
I'm not gonna talk to you because I
Pleasure to be back.
Oh gosh, it is. Yes. I will tell you about the Roselle Cemetery we did.
I like to
Do
do
you ever
that.
go to Meridian or do you ever go back home at all?
Sometimes, yeah, we went to Mississippi in January. I saw some friends in Jackson. And just a quick weekend, it was fun.
It's a long drive. We like to take the train there.
We broke it into 2 days, both ways. So
Oh, God.
Patrick, I need to know if when we get started, he's about to go back to us, but when we get started, if I need to redo something different with the dulcimer mic, send me a text. Thank you.
Tuesday, 72 after morning low of 40.
You wanna try Danny?
Also mid-40s on Wednesday, and high of around 80.
I guess I
Also 80 sunny on
We'll go
Thursday.
for it.
Yeah, I just got to rest and get ready first.
Hey, we do have a lot of hands, so we can probably do 2 in a break and 2 in a break.
All right. Good.
That's our forecast for now. This reminder.
I hope you ain't trying to find something out on that thing with nothing but that apple on there.
Now, hang on.
We're trying to tune in the baseball game. It ain't working.
This is so much easier than a music stand.
For follow nothing on the screen. If I have to read something, I can't follow it.
Well, I mean, I'd be better off to memorize it. I can't do that either.
Here we go.
Let's get into your host, Jenny Lowry.
Thank you so much, Bob King. Once again, we appreciate you. And I should have mentioned that as well. I'll mention it to the folks here in the theater that event is going on up at Willow Hill Moravian tomorrow. That's their 83rd annual event there. So I think the band is gonna play and it's gonna be a great day. They're I believe they call it the Apple Blossom Festival. They'll have food and some crafts, I think, as well. So our special guests, all these folks have been on the merry-go-round before, I believe, but I'm not sure. Have y'all been on this group long ago? Oh, a pretty good while ago. It's been a while, I know.
It's been a while, yeah.
So it's so nice to have these folks back on the program, and of course the former host of the merry-go-round for many years, Tim Chadwick. Great to be joined by you as well. So help me make welcome for part 2 of today's program, the Almost Irish Band.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Jenny. A pleasure to be back again. We're going to start with the Temperance Reel, and we're going to go into Miss McLeod's reel as well. Getting in the mood now. I'd get the old blood flowing on it. All right, well, I don't know about y'all, I'm glad to have spring here again. We're going to do one called The Rambles of Spring. Here we go. There's a golden wintry breeze blowing through the budding trees. I button up my coat to keep me warm. But the days are on the mend, and I'm on the road again. With me fiddle snuggled close beneath my arm. I've a fine felt hat and a strong pair of brogues. I have rosin in my pocket for me more. And my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two. So I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. I'm as happy as a king when I catch a breath of spring, and the grass is turning green as winter ends, and the geese are on the wing as the thrushes start to sing, and I'm headed down the road to see my friends. I've a fine felt hat and a strong pair of brogues. I have rosin in my pocket for me more, and my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two, so I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. Here's a health to one and all, to the big, to the small, to the rich and poor alike, to foe and friend. And when we return again, may our foes return to friends, and may peace and joy be with you until then. I've a fine felt hat and a strong pair of brogues. I have rosin in my pocket for me more, and my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two, so I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. Yes, I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. Thank y'all. Thank you very much.
Well, hello.
It's Karen.
How you doing, Sharon?
Is it back to you right now?
It can be back to me, I guess.
I lost count. I'm easily confused.
Well, me too, me too. Gary, are those friends of yours or fans, or did you drive them in a squad car?
Squad car tour in the back end here.
Oh, wonderful.
All right.
I paid them to show up.
Gary's fan club is here, both of them. I'm not glad to have y'all, seriously.
Yes.
I'm just kidding around.
Thank you very much.
Let's see,
Thank y'all.
we do need to, I think we do need to take a quick break if that's all right with y'all.
Sure.
And, Gary's gonna get his doodad over there, get his songs lined up on his iPad. I like the contraption. Did you build that contraption that holds that?
No,
You mean they actually make that?
no.
Okay, never mind. So you folks that are listening in, you don't even know what I'm talking about. So I guess right now the best thing to do is just send things back to Bob King, and we'll be back with more from the Almost Irish Band right after this. Really? Oh, wow. I didn't know
What is
that.
the name of that song that you just?
I never did
Rambles
that.
of Spring.
Rambles of Spring. You told us that at the beginning, and I
I'm
did
not
not know.
front.
Yeah, that's a Tommy Makem
Rambles
song.
of Spring. That is.
Can I get a thumbs up on number 2 if that's good or not? Okay.
Thank
He says yes. He said
Love
good.
that. Rambles. You doing?
Isn't that neat? I don't know how you keep up with them words. Is Tim reading the words?
Oh, yes.
Because it ain't like,
This is my crutch.
Seems like old times. It just falls right into place for an
no,
answer.
it's a lot to that.
It is, you know, we gotta get tongue tied, you know, but it-
Roger. Well, no, wait. Thank you so much, Bob King, appreciate you. And pay no attention to the people behind the curtain, they do all belong to me. I'm not sure what you're doing back here, but anyways, they're gonna behave, I think. So, right now we are going back to our special guest for this second edition of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round. It's the Almost Irish Band. And we're so glad to have y'all on the merry-go-round program. Let's welcome them back.
Thank you, Jenny. It's a pleasure to be here again. And we're going to do one called, we're talking about things that I'm not particularly fond of, at least for now. And maybe we've seen the last of them, but the name of this tune is Cold Frosty Morning. Thank you very much. We're going to put, well, as a matter of fact, this would be a good time to introduce my bandmates. The man you just heard highlighting that tune, the man in the middle on the fiddle, I always call him. Folks, this is the Artful Dodger himself, Roger Stamper of Mount Airy, North Carolina. And I'll introduce my other fine bandmate because we're going to put him in the spotlight vocally right now. He does a great job. He's also from Mount Airy, North Carolina, playing the penny whistles and hammered dulcimer and no telling what all. Cajun, did you bring the Cajun or whatever you call it?
No, I didn't, I should have.
Anyway, a man of many talents, Mount Airy's own Gary Chilton, folks. And we'll put Gary in the spotlight here, and I don't think this song will need any further introduction. Gary does a great job. I know you'll enjoy it.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen.
very much.
Wonderful job from our special guests, Almost Irish Band. And let's take a real quick break, and we'll be back with more music coming up on today's Saturday morning merry-go-round right after this.
Going past Sir Albert Pendarvis for the Old Trailblazer broadcast.
Everybody okay? Y'all are doing so good.
Fashion gospel in a unique and dynamic way. The Old Trailblazer broadcast, Monday through Friday on this.
Gary must have quit smoking.
The Old Trailblazer.
Years ago.
Pastor Albert Pendarvis is heard.
I just took over asthma instead.
11:15
Yeah. You know, one bad habit for the other.
I haven't heard you, sing in so long. I forgot you had such a beautiful voice. I forgot.
Just having to breathe. I got to figure out when to breathe.
Well, you're doing wonderful. I'm going out into the audience to corral my children. I will be back.
Okay.
I'm just going to jump in into my game.
I think we'll do two again.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Bob King, and workers as well. Right now, back to our special guest for the second portion of today's merry-go-round broadcast, the Almost Irish Band.
Thank you very much, and we're going to do one called, an instrumental called The Boys of Blue Hill. Hope you'll enjoy this. Thank y'all. Thank you very much. Right now, we're going to do one that I'll send out to my old buddies. Back in my old days of Civil War reenacting, all my old friends in Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, and so on. Oh, then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, tell me why you heard his show. Hush the book, hush and listen, and his cheeks were all aglow. I bear orders from the captain, get me ready with the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. Or the pikes must be together by the rising of the moon. Oh, then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, one word more, said no token of by the rising of the moon. Every side be singing your foreign traitor, forward strike with the marching. And hurrah, big boys, for freedom is the rising of. For freedom is the rising of. Hurrah, big boys, for freedom is the rising of. Okay, we're going to keep right on keeping on.
I'm gonna send that one out to my sister, that last.
Send that one out to her, okay.
Shelby and Galax.
Yeah, good deal. Shelby is her name, right?
Yes.
Shelby Hale, if I remember
That's
correctly.
right.
Yeah, okay, good.
That's right.
Good to think of her again, and I hope she's enjoying the program. we're gonna go into one called, I don't know where these names come from. I guess Mr. O'Keefe must have been the original fiddler that invented this tune, I guess. It's called O'Keefe's Slide, of all things, O'Keefe's Slide. One of these days we may be doing Stamper's Slide. Never can tell.
Yes.
Are you talking about my
Right.
GPA?
We just changed the name.
All right, here we go. Everybody ready?
All right, here we go. Gary and I had to get together.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, I guess that's why you do them 3 times through. I finally think I got it right the last time. Sorry about messing it up a couple of times.
I thought it was great. I just am really enjoying this music. And let's see, Bob King said to tell you, hey, hadn't seen you in a while
Oh,
either.
good.
Tim Chadwick.
Good.
And speaking of Bob King, let's send things back to Bob King for an updated look at the weather forecast. And we'll be back with more music coming up from the Almost Irish Band right after this.
Right now, we're 72, getting a good jump on it. This afternoon and here at night, some clouds started to come in later on. It's very good.
Really soon, really
What we
soon.
could do is call that as awful right afternoon after that.
Maybe a thunder shower tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, till about midnight. We clear out and we'll get cooler 47.
Roger, this is what you started to learn on the phone.
Monday, temperatures in the mid-60s, the sunshine and west about 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Rest of the week.
Yeah, that took me.
He's old.
He's old.
I thought the same thing. I thought the first tune you had learned was this one we were gonna do.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, my mind
I
is
was
a
thinking,
mess.
you told me that back yonder, that you kind of started learning on Celtic.
Definitely killed it.
And right now, 72 is our temperature.
Fix my water.
Ragtime Annie, I believe.
Ragtime.
Leadership Academy students. Put it on the car wash.
I like that.
2 p.m. This is at East Surrey High School student park.
I'm glad you said the name again because I was already thinking about flower hammer.
Thank you so much, Bob King. Appreciate you this morning. And right now, we'll go back to our special guest for the second portion of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round. And if you just happen to be stopping by the Earl Theater, this is one of the oldest radio stations and also one of the oldest radio programs. This program been going on the Voice of Blue Ridge for over 75 years now. So if you're just stopping by the theater and didn't know what was going on, that's what you wandered into, a radio broadcast. And right now, speaking of broadcast, let's get back to our music. Here's the Almost Irish Band.
Thank you very much. Well, we're going to do one because someone here in the building, right, likes this tune so much. And so a little bit of a departure from the Celtic, but that's okay. It's all good music. Going to do Ragtime Annie. There we go. y'all. Thank you very much. Good dancing, y'all. Have several dancers out there, and that always adds to the festivities. Good job by the dancers. Here's one called Banks of the Roses, a vocal number. Hope y'all enjoy it. You got air enough to do the whistle today? C?
Yeah, well.
We're in the key of C for those of you scoring at home.
If I don't, we won't.
The key is C. Here we go. On the banks of the roses, my love and I sat down, and I took out me fiddle to play my love a tune. In the middle of the tune, oh, she sighed and she said, young Johnny, lovely Johnny, would you leave me? Well, when I was a young lad, I heard my father say, I'd sooner see a dead son buried in the clay, rather than be married to any on the way, on the lovely sweet banks of the roses. On the banks of the roses, my love and I sat down, and I took out my fiddle for to play my love a tune. In the middle of the tune, oh, she sighed and she said, young Johnny, lovely Johnny, would you leave me? Away, and soon I'll let you know that I can drink a bottle and can drink with anyone. And if her father doesn't like me, he can keep his daughter at home. Then Johnny will go roving with another. On the banks of the roses, my love and I sat down, and I took out me fiddle for to play my love a tune. In the middle of the tune, oh, she sighed and she said, young Johnny, lovely Johnny, would you leave me? Well, if ever I get married, 'twill be in the month of May, when the leaves they are green and the meadows they are gay, and me and my true love will sit before and play by the lovely sweet banks of the rose. On the banks of the roses, my love and I sat down, and I took out me fiddle for to play my love a tune. In the middle of the tune, oh, she sighed and she said, young Johnny, lovely Johnny, would you leave me? Young Johnny, lovely Johnny, would you leave me? Thank y'all. Thank you very much, folks. Appreciate that. Well, I don't see our host here behind me, so I guess we just keep on until somebody tells us to stop, right? Or throws something rotten at us.
Maybe a good time to thank Patrick on sound.
It would be a lovely time to do that. Thank you. He does a great job always.
Sam doing the YouTube video right now.
Oh, okay. All right. We have the YouTube thing going on today. Good. Good. Thank y'all. All of y'all do a great job, and appreciate you doing it. We're going to do one called, here's another kind of a tongue twister name, The Connaught Man's Rambles. Here we go.
sometimes host, he's we'll call you the occasional host. The occasional host of the merry-go-round, Roger Stamper.
Emergency
And
backup.
the emergency backup host, oh, I like that one even better. And then, former host of the program, Tim Chadwick, joined us today, with the Almost Irish Band. And then on the, all the way over there with that contraption, which you said Jerry built that. I can't believe that. Jerry's my friend too, and I didn't know that he was such a fine woodworker, but he did a great job on that. That's the Almost Irish Band, and we'll be back with more music coming up from the Almost Irish Band right after this.
Music moments that varies each year. 2023 marks our 35th celebration. Join us on April 27th and 30th.
Maybe we should mention that tomorrow we're actually gonna be opening your Mayo Dan for the opening of the new Dollar General.
Marcus King changes up. Tommy
That's a good idea to plug it.
People will think you're serious.
That's a good idea to plug it. We need to do
Roger.
that.
Let me make sure we got this off right now.
Just go ahead and do that, would you?
No, I will not. I said for the opening of the new Dollar General. Yes, he needs to. Yes, y'all do that. I'll let you. Okay, please.
That was in our CD on the way up there.
None. I got huge. I'm so mad at myself.
Some wild changes.
Yeah, when I had quit having kids, I wasn't pregnant anymore. Oh my goodness. But that's all. That's all
Kind of
right.
got off kilter as far as carrying.
No, gosh. Yes, we are back at the Earl Theater. There's too much fun going on up here, and we need to kind of rein that in, if we can help. If we can
Yeah,
help it.
the police already came by one time and said we need to calm down a little bit.
They did, Tim.
No, I'm kidding.
Let's see, we're having a great time in all seriousness. I do need to let these folks tell you where you can hear their music again. I think they've got another live performance tomorrow. Is that right, Tim?
Yes, we do. That's at Autumn Creek Vineyards. It's kind of near Mayodan. It's not quite as far from here as Mayodan. Kind of between Sandy Ridge and Mayodan, so to speak.
Okay.
But look it up on Google Maps. It'll tell you how to get there. Autumn Creek Vineyards, a lovely place, and it may be raining a little bit tomorrow, but tomorrow's a nice indoor performance for us, and they have a lovely building, plenty of room, nice large space. So y'all come out. It'll be a lot of fun. Autumn Creek Vineyards, and the music is at 2 p.m.
And Tim, you may want to remind them, we do a lot of oldies in that.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to
Mixed
do
Celtic.
2 different types of music, both the Celtic, that like we're doing today, and then we do also a lot of oldies, like Beatles songs and stuff like that. A lot of fun for both genres. Also, we'll be just steps away right down the street here at Uncorked on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. They tell me that's Star Wars Day, and Roger has already worked up the Star Wars theme. So there's no telling what may happen that night. Hope y'all can come see us right down the street. It's only 57 steps from here. I measured it yesterday. Now that's if you have a 22.7-inch stride, then it's 57 steps.
And we think we need.
I thought y'all might want to know that. No, I'm kidding about all that, but right down the street, just steps away at Uncorked on May the 4th. Okay. We're going to do one. Hope y'all enjoy it. This is kind of this is almost a bluegrassy type. I have heard bluegrass bands do this, and hope y'all enjoy a little bit more modern song with an Irish theme. Hope you'll enjoy one called A Walk in the Irish Rain. When the sun goes down o'er Dublin town, the colors last for hours, oh, the lights come on and the night's a song and the streets all turn to gold. A gentle mist all heaven kissed like teardrops off an angel's wing. Don't you know you cleanse your soul with a walk in the Irish rain? Oh, Catherine, take my hand, I got 3 pounds in change. I'll sing you songs of love again when I get too drunk to sing. We'll walk in the Irish rain. Forevermore I've stepped ashore, my sailing days are over. Oh, through time and tide and by your side, together we'll go home. I throw my sea bag in the bin, brought these pretty flowers home. Kiss me, Kate, we'll celebrate before the bloom is gone. Oh, Catherine, take my hand, got 3 pounds of change. I'll sing you songs of love again, and when I get too drunk to sing, we'll walk in the Irish rain. A tinker and a tailor and a drunken old sailor all get together and they start to play. And time stands still while they sing their fill, they'll shout till the break of day. A sweet little lady with a glass of stout, sipping it down till the phone runs out. She'll help her old man home again with a walk in the Irish rain. Oh, Catherine, take my hand, got 3 pounds of change. I'll sing you songs of love again, and when I get too drunk to sing, we'll walk in the Irish rain.
If you know Bobby now, I would like to send that out to Bobby who's listening in, and just sent me a message over Facebook, so I'd like to send that out to Bobby. They're listening in down around Madison, North Carolina. And really appreciate you once again. Also heard from Sue Nestor. She was wanting to know, is that Tim? I said, it is Tim.
My buddy Sue Nestor,
yes,
yeah, I haven't seen her
heard
in a
your
while.
voice in a while, so it's good to have y'all on the merry-go-round program. Let's go ahead and do another song before we take a break.
All right, good deal. Hope you're doing well, Sue. Yeah, thanks for listening out there. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We're going to do one called Sonny's Mazurka. Here we go.
quick break before we have any more on great live music here from the Earl Theater. We'll be back with more on the merry-go-round right after this.
All right, good deal.
Have you ever wanted to learn how to play a musical instrument? Maybe it's something on your bucket list, or maybe it's something that you'd love for your children to learn.
That's what I'm thinking. I need to learn how all over. I never was very good.
Oh, here in Jimmy's store, they may have this
North Main
Because
Street, downtown Mount Airy. You'll find a great selection of
Don't carry any of those. I need some serious.
brushes.
I gotta go home.
Oh yeah, like he was playing with the rubber ones. What we've got that I think is even better because now I don't know who that is, but they're awfully loud. We got one that's called broomsticks, and they're made specifically for the cajon.
You have to mic the whole.
Do I ever mic them?
You have to mic them.
No.
think you would, especially with those sticks.
For hot rods, $30 or less.
I need to come get me some.
Yeah. You might like the hot rods.
Now, what's that?
They're like little dowel rods all fastened together.
I would.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you, Bob King, and thank you to the folks up at Old Mill Music. I told the folks here on the stage, I said, I don't know who that lady is, but she sure is loud. It was me. I was not being rude, so you folks that were thinking, well, what's wrong with that lady? I was talking about myself. Anyways, Old Mill Music is open today until 4 o'clock. And yes, Gary, we do have hot rods there and sticks for Cajon. We do. I don't know where they're at, but maybe somebody that works there can locate them for you.
I'll find them.
You can find them, okay. So, enough of my shenanigans. Hey, shenanigans kind of fits in with this group.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
it's rather fitting.
What have you got picked out for us in all seriousness?
We're going to do a vocal now called the Whistling Gypsy. Hope you'll enjoy this. Everybody ready? The gypsy roller came over the hill, down to the valley so shady. He whistled and sang till the groove was run, and he won the heart of a lady. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, da-dee, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day. He whistled and sang till the groove was right, and he won the heart of a lady. She left her father's castle gate, she left her own fond lover, left her servants and her estate to follow the gypsy rover. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, da-dee, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day. He whistled and sang till the groove was right, and he won the heart of a lady. Saddled up his fast steed to roam the valley all over. He saw his daughter at great speed, and the whistling gypsy rover. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, da-dee, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day. He whistled and sang till the green was right, and he won the heart of a lady. At last he came to a mansion fine, down by the river Clay, and there was music and there was wine for the gypsy and his lady. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, da-dee, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day. He whistled and sang till the green was run, and he won the heart of a lady. He is no gypsy, my father, she said, the lord of these lands all over. And I will stay till my dying day with my whistling gypsy rover. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, da-dee, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day. He whistled and sang till the green was right, and he won the heart of a lady. Thank y'all. Thank you very much. There's a bit of a crossover, of course, between the Celtic tunes and old time. After all, that one begat the other, so to speak. So naturally, there's a lot of overlap. Roger's featured primarily in this next tune, and I believe when you're listening to an old time band, they're likely to call it Chinkapin, right?
Yeah.
Chinkapin or Chinkapin. And we call it My Love, She's But a Lassie Yet.
tunes that are so familiar, but then when you sing those words, I'm thinking, I don't think I've ever heard them words before, but I like it. I really have enjoyed the program today. We've got about 1 minute away from the top of the 1 o'clock hour, so I think what we'll do is, let me tell you folks who's going to be on the program next weekend, and then we'll send things back to Bob for a quick look at the weather forecast and come back with more from our special guests, the Almost Irish Band. So next week on the Merry-Go-Round program, that's April 22nd, we'll be hosting the Shelton Brothers from over around Horse Pasture, Virginia, and then the second group will be Flint Ridge, and they'll be coming to us from down around Troutman, North Carolina. So be sure and tune us in or join us next week. And right now, I'd like to remind you that you're listening to the voice of the Blue Ridge. This is AM 740 along with FM 106.7 WPAQ. We'll be back with more music right after this.
Do you need another chair? No, I'm talking about.
You'll go ahead and pick another if you want to.
Yeah.
Your favorite, because I think we may or not have
Yeah.
seen it.
That'd be neat.
Just think of it so you can just tell me and I can put it in. Right here for you.
Do you have one of those pads that sits
That
on
would be
yours?
good for
Now see,
WPAQ
some of the
stuff.
ones we sell will
But
have
whatever you
just a
say.
piece of rubber that goes over the top of it, so you don't scoot around on it, and I believe it helps some. The ones that we sell, don't come with that.
Keep those two at a minimum in mind. It may leave my brain.
Yeah.
And we'll go into this, we still need more after this video, and we can go into May the 5, which happens to be sitting next, and Mermaid. All right.
Thank you so much, Bob King. And if you're just tuning in, just joining us, we've got a great program for the first hour with the Jackson Memorial Trio, and also with our second guest, and that is the Almost Irish Band. And also during that break, we heard from our media partners at Cottage Media 11. If you haven't had a chance to check out Cottage Media 11, they feature traditional music, faith and inspirational articles and videos, also a lot of historical fun facts, and they do change out their different articles almost every day, so you want to check back often to Cottage Media 11. And also we want to thank Red Thompson for putting all of that together. He's a great person and he loves WPAQ, even if it features a Listen Live button on his channel. So right now we'll send things back to the stage in the Earl Theater for part 2 of today's merry-go-round broadcast. And that's the Almost Irish Band. What y'all got picked out for us next?
Well, thank you, Jeannie. We sure appreciate being here. Thanks so much to you and WPAQ and the staff here at the Earl. Always a fun time. I was here, about 3 weeks ago, I guess, and always a pleasure to do it. Come back and see y'all again and make some music. We're going to do one, kind of a fun one, this song does not take itself too seriously, kind of like us, you know, but it's a fun one. Hope y'all enjoy one called Johnny Lad. I bought a wife in Edinburgh for a bawbee, and then I got a farthing back to buy tobacco. For you, my Johnny lad, I take the buckles off my shoes for you, my Johnny lad. As I went a walking Sunday, and there I saw the Queen a-playing at the football with the lads on Glasgow. For you, my Johnny lad, I take the buckles off my shoes for you, my Johnny lad. Well, the captain on the other side was scoring with great style. The Queen, she called a policeman and had him thrown in jail. For you, my Johnny lad, I take the buckles off my shoes for you, my Johnny lad. Napoleon was an emperor, he ruled both land and sea. He conquered France and Germany, but he didn't get John McGee. For you, my Johnny lad, I take the buckles off my shoes for you, my Johnny lad. Johnny is a bonny lad, he is a lad of mine. I've never had a better lad, and I've been 29. For you, my Johnny lad, I take the buckles off my shoes for you, my Johnny lad. For you, my Johnny lad, I take the buckles off my shoes for you, my Johnny lad. Thank y'all. Thank you very much. We're gonna put the man in the middle, turn him loose here, and have him featured on a really nice instrumental we like a lot. Hope you'll enjoy. One called, well, actually, this is 2 tunes, sort of, isn't it? A couple of tunes called Swallowtail Jig, followed by Drowsy Maggie. All right, we will go right on to, we'll do another medley, so to speak. A couple of good tunes we like, and hope you'll enjoy them as well. This is sort of our military medley, connections with the United States Army through the years. This first tune we're going to play was had kind of connection with the U.S. 7th Cavalry, which was Custer's unit, and it's called Gary Owen. Goes way back. The cadets were singing at West Point way back into the previous centuries even.
Wow.
And it's followed by a tune that is, well, really predates the U.S. Armed Forces. It was done back in Europe even, but the second tune is called The Girl I Left Behind Me. So I hope you'll enjoy this medley. Here from the stage of the Earl Theater, part 2 of today's program featuring the Almost Irish Band. Right now, we do need to hear a word about our sponsor of this portion of the program today, and that's Mayberry Music Center, located right across the street from the historic Earl Theater, locally owned and operated, of course, by the Easter family. And they'd like to invite you to stop in and check out their great selection at Mayberry Music Center of acoustic and electric guitars. They've also got bass guitars, mandolins, fiddles, banjos, trumpets, saxophones, clarinets, flutes, and much, much more. Mayberry Music Center specializes in the Blue Ridge guitar, and they're the authorized Blue Ridge guitar dealer here in the Mount Airy area. And Mayberry Music Center always offers a $100 discount off the suggested price of their Blue Ridge guitars, and you'll usually find there some slightly used Blue Ridge guitars at a discounted price. And most of the time, while they're open, you'll find folks playing music in there as well. They've also got strings as well as all types of accessories for your instrument, and they offer music lessons as well as instrument repair. And if you don't see what you're looking for when you stop by Mayberry Music Center, please ask them, because chances are they can have it for you in just a couple of days. And you'll also find there a great selection of bluegrass and bluegrass gospel CDs, including titles from the Easter Brothers as well as the Primitive Quartet. Mayberry Music Center is open Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 4, and on Saturdays from 9:30 to 3. They're always closed on Sunday. That's Mayberry Music Center, historic Main Street in downtown Mount Airy, bringing you this portion of the merry-go-round. And also, I'd be amiss if I didn't mention the new Easter Brothers Museum that's opening up over in the Flat Rock community. I believe their grand opening will be next Saturday. So find out more at Mayberry Music Center about that as well. And now back to the merry-go-round program, the Almost Irish Band. All right, thank you very much, Jenny. Well, we're going to do one kind of a Scottish, I suppose, more so than Irish, but hope you'll enjoy this. We have a lot of fun doing it. One called The Maid of Fife. There once was a troop of Irish dragoons come marching down through Fife field, and the captain fell in love with a very fine lass, and her name it was called Pretty Pale. There's many a pretty lass in the town of Aberglass. There's many a fair lassie in the area. There's many a bonny tree in the streets of Aberdeen, but the flower of them all is in Fife. Oh, come down the stairs, pretty Peggy, my dear. Come down the stairs, pretty Peggy. Oh, come down the stairs, comb back your yellow hair. Bid a long farewell to your mommy. Oh, there's many a pretty lass in the town of Aberglass. There's many a fair lassie in the area. There's many a bonny tree in the streets of Aberdeen, but the flower of them all lives in Fife. I never did intend the soldier's lady for to be. I never will marry a soldier. Oh, I never did intend to go to a foreign land, and I never will marry a soldier. Oh, there's many a pretty lass in the town of Aberglass. There's many a fair lassie in the area. Oh, there's many a bonny tree in the streets of Aberdeen, but the flower of them all lives in Fife. And long ere we came to the town of Aberglass, we had our captain to carry. And long ere we reached the streets of Aberdeen, they had our captain to bury. And green rode the birks on Bonnyton side, low lie the lowlands of Fife. Well, the captain's name was Ned, and he died for me. He died for the chambermaid of Fife. There's many a pretty lass in the town of Aberglass. There's many a fair lassie in the area. There's many a bonny tree in the streets of Aberdeen, but the flower of all lives in Fife. Thank y'all. Thank you very much.
Is that on our latest CD?
I don't know. I think it's on one of them. I'm not sure whether it's on the latest or not. Oh,
It's round about that.
I'm glad Roger mentioned CD, because if anybody here in the building does, what we have some the Almost Irish Band CDs with us. Roger, you brought a few of those, and love to fix you up with one of those. See us right after the show, and be glad to have you go home with 1 or 16 of those. And if you don't like the music, they make good cold drink coasters. And you know, it is baseball season, so you can't, it's money well spent either. I'm just kidding around. You know, I hadn't got good sense. Everybody knows that. We're going to do one that Roger likes real well. I believe you like this one real well, Roger, and it is fun to do. This is kind of humorous in a way. Although I guess there's nothing humorous about drowning. But anyway, it's a neat song. We get a kick out of doing it. Hope y'all enjoy one called The Mermaid. It was Friday morning when we set sail, and we were not far from land, when our captain he spied a mermaid so fair, with a comb and a glass in her hand, and the ocean wave rolled of our gallant ship, and a fine-spoken man was he. Says, I have a wife in Brooklyn by the sea, and tonight she a widow will be. And the ocean waves do roll, and the stormy winds do blow, and we poor sailors are skipping at the top, while the landlubbers lie down below, 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 while the landlubbers lie down below. Then up spoke the cook of our gallant ship, a crazy old butcher was he. I care much more for the pots and the pans than I do for the bottom of the sea. And the ocean waves do roll, and the stormy winds do blow, and then we poor sailors are stepping at the top, while the landlubbers lie down below, 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 while the landlubbers lie down below.
Great job from our special guest, the Almost Irish Band. And before we send things back to Bob King, I do want to mention this. First of all, that this group was not scheduled to be here today. The Catawba Bluegrass Band was our scheduled guest, but they had some health problems and just could not attend today. So I want to say that I really appreciate Tim and Gary and Roger coming for the merry-go-round today. The Almost Irish Band, really appreciate y'all. Also, a shout out to Jordan Nance, who just let me know that he was really enjoying the program and loved the new camera setup. They're actually watching on YouTube today, and he gives that a thumbs up. So thank you, Jordan, for listening in. And right now, we'll send things back to you, Bob King, and we'll come back with the conclusion of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round right after this. Tim? See, we have this new podium, but nothing is where my hand is used to it being. So I'm struggling. I know people think all you gotta do is turn one thing off and one thing on, but I can't seem to get it together.
It's a matter of getting used to it.
I'm not used to it yet.
How many more you think?
I think we might could do, that's a good question, probably 8 minutes.
So, certainly two more.
Certainly two.
Two more. And then we'll do a little chit chat. That should work out right. Two more. Okay, very good.
Sue Nestor said to tell you, she sent a real nice message.
Oh, good. It's good to hear from her.
WPAQ radio station.
What other, we'll do, red hair, and then let's do one more vocal. Used to be in the jar.
Thank you so much, Bob King, and be sure and stay tuned for that. I love hearing the early country classics after this merry-go-round broadcast is finished. So right now, we'll send things back to Tim Chadwick for the conclusion of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round.
Oh, thank you very much, Jenny, and it's good to hear from the people listening out there, whoever they are, and we've had several people respond. Thank you for all those messages and feedback and so on. Roger, I did pick out my clothes rather carefully today, since you're going to be on the radio.
Appreciate it.
No, that joke is, that thing is as old as I am.
I'm done, I'm leaving.
I laid that on you 3 weeks ago, and I did it again today, didn't I? Gonna have to ditch that one. But nowadays, you know, we were talking about this a while ago, the joy is that you can see it and hear it because of YouTube. So y'all check that out, and there's a lot of great programs that have already been on the merry-go-round in the past. You can go into their archives and watch several of those, which I have done, so it's a good thing. We mentioned a while ago the overlap, or sometimes it's the same thing exactly, the same teams exactly, but the old-time people, fans, will enjoy this one, no doubt, and we do it a lot in this band. It's called Red Haired Boy. Y'all. All right, folks, we have time probably for only one more song, I would think. Isn't that about right,
Yes,
Jenny?
yes,
And again, we just say thank y'all very much for having us. We certainly have enjoyed it. Thanks to Jenny for thinking of us and inviting us, because the other band could not be here and so on. So thank you. Another one of Roger's favorites. We give him a lot of leeway, this man in the middle. I don't know. It's almost like he was a member of the band or something. But he has expressed that this is one of his favorites. And this, as far as I know, this is the only tune common to the repertoire of Metallica and the Almost Irish Band.
Oh, my goodness.
Here's one called Whiskey in the Jar. As I was going over the far famed Kerry Mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first used my pistol and then used my rapier. Say stand and deliver, for I am a bold receipt of my shooting dog. Black folded IDO, black folded IDO, there's whiskey in the jar. I counted out his money and it made a pretty penny. I put it in my pocket and I took it home to Jenny. She said and she swore that she never would deceive me. But the devil take the women, for they never get me. My shoe baby dog. Black folded IDO, black folded IDO, there's whiskey in the jar. My chamber, all for to take a slumber. I dreamt of golden jewels, and for sure it was no wonder. But Jenny took my charges, and she filled them up with water. Then sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. But she didn't it all. Black folded IDO, black folded IDO, there's whiskey in the jar. I rose up for travel. The guards were all around me, and likewise Captain Farrell. I first used my pistol, for she stole away my rapier. The pigeon chased the water, so a prisoner I was taken. Mercifully, black folded IDO, black folded IDO, there's whiskey in the jar. Mercifully, black folded IDO, black folded IDO, there's whiskey in the jar.
Great job, our special guest, the Almost Irish Band. And you know what, I have to throw this in there as we end up today's program, that we had a gentleman from Ireland, Pat Kellan, I'll probably say his name wrong. He was here and did a station tour, and he did that song on the merry-go-round. He was actually just here from Ireland doing some smaller gigs, and he plays the long neck banjo. One of those, and he did that song on
Michael
the
Fox's friend.
He was,
Yeah, I
yes.
remember the
So
name.
he sometimes listens in, so we'll send that to you, Pat, if you're happening to be listening in. It's been a pleasure to be on the merry-go-round today. Don't forget, tune in again next week when we will be joined by the Shelton Brothers for the first portion of the merry-go-round, and then by the second portion we'll be having Flint Ridge. So they'll be our special guests for the merry-go-round next week. And until then,